I am super excited to announce my first ever giveaway, courtesy of Meziere Enterprises. As you know from the title of this video, the video is about me installing a Meziere electric water pump on the 95 Firebird. So, let's get to the contest. I'm going to have 9 random winners. Winner number 1 will receive a extra large Meziere sweatshirt. Winners 2 through 4 will receive an extra large Meziere t-shirt. And winners 5 through 9 will receive a Meziere hat. Now the contest begins today and runs through June 30th, 2023. The rules are pretty simple. The only thing you have to do is leave a comment below the video. And all that I ask is that you keep the comment respectful. And most of all, have fun. And thank you for watching the video, and thank you for playing, and good luck. Boys and girls, welcome to Mr. Robinson's neighborhood.
I have already changed my shoes.
Today we're going to be installing a Meziere electric water pump on the race car. Hope you enjoy and follow along.
Well, as you see, I got a package from Jegs. And you may be asking yourself, what did old Scotty get? And we're going to get some help from Mr. Leo here. He's curious. And we got all this mess. He'll play with that while we play with this. And let me put the camera down for just a second. We got a Meziere LS electric water pump. First off, I'm going to undo the intake tube at the throttle body because I kind of need to move it out of the way a little bit to get the water pump out. Don't really need to go all the way loose on these, I don't believe. If you look down between there, like right there, my radiator petcock is open and I'm slowly draining the coolant out. Now I'm going to loosen the belt tensioner so I can get the serpentine belt off. Alright, now I'm going to undo the 6 water pump bolts. One. 2. 3. Hitting the water pump pulley is like ringing a bell.
Four. Five. And last but not least, I forget the ratchet for number 6 here. Like I said, last but not least, number 6. Now I'm going to get some plastic, just kind of cover up some stuff while I pull that dude out. I like to save old plastic bags, especially large ones. I don't want coolant going everywhere if I can help it. I should be able to pull it out right through here. Something fell. Figure out what it was.
What I heard fall ended up being one of the water pump gaskets.
Or hung up on the thermostat. And of course we are. Why wouldn't we be? I don't know what fell. Curious. Oh, it might have been the end of that thermostat.
Thinking the water pump might be caught on the thermostat.
Get this sucker out of there. Alright, now it'll come out. There we go. Come on. Try to do this without taking as minimal amount of things off as possible. Oh, I'm hooked on something here. I feel it. Okay, well, it's loose. What are we hooked on? Aha! I got a hose. Cable tied. No wonder it ain't moving. I thought I had gone through and checked that over real well, made sure there wasn't anything attached to it before I started this project, but apparently I didn't. There we go. Now it ought to come off. That ain't much fight at all now.
here. Now, come on now. Why is it gotta be like this? Why's it gotta be like this? There we go. Voila! Got her out. Minimal mess. Okay. Alright, here's a good shot of the aftermath of water pump removal.
We interrupt this program to bring you a quick tech tip. You know when you go to the fast food joint and they always cram way more napkins in the bag than you're ever going to need? Well, I reuse them, and for this instance, we're using an old brown napkin to sop up the excess coolant that dribbles out after the water pump's removed and pools up on the front of the engine block, and I don't want that to continue to give me problems later and make me think I have a leak. So we have used this paper napkin, and you'll see it right here, and it's doing its job.
Now it's time to get the new one ready to go in. Alright, I've got the belt tensioner off the old water pump, and now I'm going to just bolt her down on the new one. My belt tensioner is a old Thunder Racing unit that I bought used, but I did back in the day, back in the early 2000s, I bought a lot of parts from Thunder Racing out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Do you remember them? There's their logo. I figure it'll be easier to put this on now than after the water pump's in the car because of the turbo placement. Okay, I think we're good.
Well, I just made a trip out here to the local Advanced Auto Parts to get my stuff to further the installation of the electric water pump.
So I made a trip to the local O'Reilly's and I picked up a 160-degree thermostat because the one that comes in the water pump is 180 degrees, and I've always run 160, and I kind of want to keep it the same, so there's no surprises. And then the old one, my housing, the thermostat was separate, so I'll just mount the housing back up and with the gasket and seal it in without the thermostat in it, per the instructions. And then I also grabbed some wire to wire it up, and some more gasket maker. So you can always have that on hand. This is just a small block Chevy thermostat. It just sits down in there like so. And then I got a new adjustable wrench too, because I didn't have one big enough to take that water neck off. Now I do. So I can tighten it back properly. Oh yeah, nice, 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 nice. Well, maybe not. That one ain't gonna fit either. Huh. Interesting. Wonder why that's the case. Well, that sucks. Well, I guess we'll use the pipe wrench to put it back on. I thought for sure that would fit. Darn, how disappointing. Here's a tech tip. Pipe wrenches are for pipes, not for race cars. Don't be like Mr. Robinson and use a pipe wrench. Get the proper tool. Alright, that's back on. Now I think I'm ready to mount the water pump in the car. Alright, so now I'm going to, got the water pump set back, the new one, set back in position. Now I need to get the gaskets slid in there and get a bolt started. Always make sure you have a good camera angle. Which these are not the easiest to do. I could use some gasket maker on them, but the tight quarters here, I'm afraid that I would run out of room. Dark as night to see too. Okay. What I need to do is get one of them started. Well, yeah, I can't see a god thing with these glasses on. Put a couple turns on it. Let's get a couple thread starters on that. Get this other side slid into position. This one's a little easier to get to. You can see it a lot better. Now, come on now. Don't do that. That one started. That one looks pretty good there. Let me go ahead and throw another bolt in this side. See if I can't get the last two started. Looks like my gasket's about where I want it. Oh, it's pretty close. I need to push it up just a little bit with the screwdriver. Yeah, I need to get a screwdriver so I can scooch that gasket up. Just a little bitty skinny screwdriver. All I need is to get it. Yeah, I need to slide it up just a little bit. There we go. Now we're in. The last bolt started. I can start tightening them down. Okay. to make sure they're all going to start. I finger started them, but just to make sure before we get too far along. Oh yeah, that was nice. Yep, and they're all officially started, so I'm going to go ahead and finish bolting it in. Oh yeah, my pink sweatshirt. This was my wife's, and she was done with it and was going to throw it out. So I secretly kept it and waited to use it in a video, and I want to see if she notices it or not. Because she does watch my videos. Be a cool person and recycle. The sweatshirt I'm wearing came from Marengo Cave in southern Indiana. Here are a couple of shots that I took while we were there. So we got those three started. Pretty good. I'm going to jump back and forth, tighten them. Hopefully I'm not blocking you. Trying not to do that. Trying to get better with my audio and my camera placement. Hopefully you can see that. Don't block the camera! Back to the other side. Right in the fluid. Surprised I haven't done that yet. Check these one last time. Now I need to reattach the upper radiator hose. Okay. It's kind of a different location for that, isn't it? Ah, no, that's not good at all. Oh no, that's bad. That neck is loose. Shoot. I can't have that. What the heck happened there, Scott? Okay, hang on. Turn it cross-threaded. I don't think it is. Hang on. We're going to come back to that. Alright, so the water pump is basically installed except for wiring it up. Got the upper radiator hose on, the lower hose is on, the belt tensioner is on. Everything that was zip tied before, I've re-zip tied and tied up out of the way. I've got the wiring harness for the water pump. It's ready to be extended into the car. So now all I need to do is put the serpentine belt back on. And that part out here is pretty much done. That's loose. Why isn't that loose? There we go. Uh-oh. Got some alignment problems now, don't I? Shoot. Maybe. Maybe not. No, it looks pretty good. I guess I thought it was twisted for some bizarre reason. We're in there. We're on the money. Yeah, we're okay. Well, all I need to do is tighten the tensioner. Oh yeah, I gotta put a ratchet in that, don't I? I forgot about that part. To put tension on this Thunder Racing belt tensioner, you gotta put a ratchet in the square peg on the front, and then you can tighten the back. Okay, I think we're done with that part. It looks pretty good. The alignment looks alright. Nothing's touching anything now. That's good. I know it wasn't before, but it's not now either. Okay. So, I'm going to let this set overnight before I put any coolant in it, because I have some gasket maker I want it to seal up. But next is just wiring. So I've been busy. I've been planning out the wiring for the electric water pump. I've got a relay I'm going to wire in, and kind of made some notes of where I'm going to connect everything into the existing wiring system. And then I've also nabbed some distilled water to mix with the coolant for the radiator. This is pretty self-explanatory. I keep two jugs, as you can see right here. One always have, coolant mixed in it, and then I keep one empty so I can have something to transfer in as I'm mixing. And then I'm gonna, first time ever, I've always used regular tap water, and I know that's a no-no, so I'm gonna use distilled water this time. So I've got my own jug of Prestone concentrate. I dilute my own 50-50 mixture with distilled water and then coolant. So I'm gonna start pouring it in, and this is the first time I've ever used this funnel thing. This ought to work out great when I go to start the car, and I can let it run and get all the air bubbles out of the coolant system. And this will help me from getting it so messy. Okay, sorry if this footage looks a little jumbled. My other GoPro was giving me problems, so I've switched to another. Yes, I use conventional coolant in my race car. I know that's frowned upon at the racetrack, but this car sits year-round. You know, it gets cold here in Indiana, and I do drive it when it's cold, and I don't want the water to freeze in it, so we use this stuff. Alright, next jug, we're going to pour as much as we can in here, and we'll let it set, do its thing overnight. Like I said, it should hold about 2 gallons. So I'll get it close and let it set. Then once we get the pump wired up, I'll run the car and let it get up to temperature and draw it in and get rid of the bubbles and whatnot that we don't want in our cooling system. Well, this thing may just have called me a liar. We may need more than 2 gallons here. But, lucky for me, I have another one sitting there over on the floor because I just mixed it. While that's sitting there burping, I'm going to stick the lid on there so it doesn't splash everywhere. Okay, so we did need a little bit more. That's good though. I've got plenty. And like I said, we'll let that set overnight, and I'll get the pump wired up, and then we will start the car, let it warm up to temp, then let the thermostat open, do its thing, and suck in what we need, what more coolant we need, and then we'll get the air bubbles out. So I've made a few amendments to my wiring layout here. As you can see, I got scribbles going on here, and I will show you in the car what I have added. Sorry about that. Okay, now I've added this guy right here. You can, yeah, right there. I've added that 4-prong terminal strip because I tied it into my battery bar over here, so I can add the relay 12 volt constant to it, and then I will start my wire to run to the water pump. I will actually start it in here and run it out to the water pump, so I don't have any excess wire in here, because this is the hardest part, and the easiest connection part will be out there in the engine bay. All right, now I've got my relay wired in right here, and it runs down through here and connects into the existing terminal strips and the ground that's up in there, which you might be able to see it, I don't know. But now I need to wire this wire that's coiled up here. I need to wire it into the actual pump and then hook the ground up. And believe it or not, I sat here and sorry, I have the Winter Nationals drags on in the background. I sat here and turned the key on and wondered why I couldn't hear the water pump. Well, this is why. I don't even have it hooked up yet. Duh. Just like school, always complete your work before you try using it. Time to put a little poison in my body after having myself squeezed under the dash for a half hour. I keep eating it, and I keep having to visit here. Don't eat it. Waiting in the drive up for my lunch. Tired of being stuffed under the dash of my car. Needed a break before I broke my back. Those of you that will regularly watch my videos know the last time I was at McDonald's, I had to sit and wait for my order. Here I am again, wasting the life away. Don't make videos. I didn't bore you with the underdash wiring footage because it's just me crammed up under there cussing and throwing a fit. So we've got the wire run out to the engine bay now, and I'm going to carry it on through here and tie it into this guy, and then we'll ground it with on my ground block that's down here in the front. So okay, here we go. I gave myself plenty of wire. Like I said, I started from the relay and I'm working my way back to the water pump. That way there's no extra wire and under the dash that I got to deal with. So I got to check, make sure everything's pulled through to the firewall. Okay, we're good there. So now all I need to do is feed it through here and tie it together. Which they requested a minimum of 14 gauge wire, which is what I bought because I didn't have any on hand. I have to clean this up. I'm gonna do the split loom and hide the wire and stuff inside there so it looks nice. The noise you hear in the background, I have the NHRA Winter Nationals on, which are taking place in the springtime this year. I'm putting a wire tie on the end of this split loom so I can slide it down because I can't get one on there when I get it down to where I'd like it to be. So I'm putting it on now. There is an inline fuse right here that I should probably kind of loop out so I can access it whenever I need to. So I need to keep that in mind when I'm wiring this up. Clip off the excess. Some of the other YouTubers I watch, specifically DD Speed Shop, mentioned that people give him a hard time about using butt connectors, and I have no idea why. I don't know any other way to connect the wire, and like him, I'm fine with him. I've never had any issues. Did that move? I think it might have moved. Oh, no, I guess it didn't. Oh crap, let me guess. I split the difference, didn't I? Luckily I'm not committed there, I can unplug it. This is the plug for the water pump. Unfortunately, I had split two wires when I was wiring it together, and the way I had split them, I was able to unplug it and straighten it back out before I created myself a problem. Now I'm jacking with the split loom, or sometimes called convoluted tubing, that goes around the wiring. I mean, see this or not? I didn't think about that. I'll adjust it just a smidge. Well, I know. About made a mess. Now, come on now, don't be a pain in that. Don't know if I got enough wire to do that. Alright, I've got it all wired up now on the engine bay. It comes out the firewall right in there, and then it travels down here, and I looped my inline fuse so I could access it later if I need to. Plugs in there and it goes into the ground block. I have the key in the run position and you can hear it doing its thing. As you can see in here, we're letting it warm up to purge the air bubbles out of the radiator. I'll probably have to do some subtitles on this part because you probably can't hear me very well. When you have your car running inside a garage, you want to have proper ventilation. When the fans come on up there, don't stand in here and let your eyes water like I did right here. going to take it for a little cruise around the block and make sure everything's copacetic with the coolant and it's not going to overheat or anything. I mean, it didn't get above 163 in the garage, so we'll see what happens. Hi, boys and girls. When you're driving your race car through Mr. Robinson's neighborhood, drive it like a street car and not a race car. Thank you. 76 degrees, so I guess I'm alright. Now that we're back from our drive, I want to check the oil and the transmission fluid while they're both still warm, and especially the transmission fluid, because you should always check it when it's warm and when the car is running. So this is the perfect time to do that. I always check the transmission fluid multiple times to prevent a false reading. And you'll notice that this weirdo carries a quart of transmission fluid that he needs for his race car in his truck at all times. Let's wrap this project up by cleaning up our mess. So the results of my first pass with the Meziere water pump were very successful. In the past I had trouble with overheating and just would not run cool at all after it was trumped on a couple times, and this time, as you saw, I was in the staging lanes starting and stopping it off and on for a good over an hour. And then I made the pass, and on the return road it was only 189 degrees, which is perfect. So kudos to the folks at Meziere for making a fine product, and I'm happy to run it on my car. I hope you liked this video. Had a lot of fun wearing this pink sweatshirt. It ought to get a lot of interesting views and comments, because I'm going to use it in the thumbnail too, as you probably already know because you've already seen the thumbnail. Thanks for watching. We have Firebird decals, and I'd love for you to have one. You can get one at my eBay store at the link in the description below.